Hello, today we're going to show you how to register your volunteer PDUs with PMI. The first step in the process is you're going to want to calculate all of the hours that you have spent in your efforts volunteering for the chapter. I would recommend that you add up the time that you spent preparing for the meeting, participating at the meeting, and closing out your volunteer efforts after the meeting. You want to calculate those hours, so 1 hour equals 1 PDU. The next step is you want to subtract the PDUs that you earned as an attendee at the event. So for example, at the chapter events, you can earn, let's say, 1.5 PDUs from a professional point of view as an attendee. And then so whatever's left over is your volunteer PDUs. So for example, let's say that you spent 1.25 hours working with a speaker prior to the event. You arrived a half an hour early at the event to help the speaker settle in. You spent 2 hours at the event helping the speaker, and 1.25 hours following up with the speaker after the event, getting the presentation, all the things that the speaker needs to close down their efforts. So as a total, you spend 4 hours or 4 PDUs providing support for the chapter meeting. But as an attendee of the chapter meeting, since you were there the full time, you earn 1.5 PDUs as an attendee. So the balance becomes your PDUs as a volunteer effort. So in this example, you would report 1.5 PDUs as an attendee and 2.5 PDUs as a volunteer effort. The purpose of this division is twofold. The first is we want to make sure that we're dividing your PDUs appropriately, so you're not hitting your max in one or the other incorrectly. And two, we want to make sure that all of your volunteer efforts are recognized. So the next step would be, is after you finish your calculations, oops, we skipped a slide. After you calculate your PDU hours, I would recommend that you send an email to your PMI Silver Spring chapter point of contact so they can send a quick reply approving your volunteer hours. You can then save that email as backup material, which in case you get audited by PMI, they would need some type of backup material from your records. And I recommend that you keep your records for at least 18 months. So the next step would be is to go to the actual PMI website and register your PDUs for your volunteer efforts. So I'm going to bring over the PMI website so we can see it in the video. You will need to log in, and so we see Wendy Rollin here at the top. I've already logged in, but if you need to log in, this button actually says log in instead of log out. Then you will go to the My PMI area of the website. If you get this display at the bottom, just say show all content, it's fine. So we want to click on Report PDUs. Select the PDU category of E for volunteer services. This provides a breakdown of your maximum for volunteers. Click Next. Program description. Use something that makes sense. In case PMI does want to audit this, you will know what documentation you need to pull. So we could say September 2012 chapter meeting. It occurred on and 12. I would just enter the hours that you completed as a volunteer, which is 2.5. Provider name would be PMISSC for Project Management Institute, Silver Spring chapter. The address, you could enter either the chapter address from our website or the address of the location of the meeting, which that's what we're going to do today. click on that, and I'm clicking U just to bring me down to the U's to get me closer. Maryland zip code. So anything with a red asterisk does require an entry in order for you to proceed. PDUs claimed is just 2.5 because remember we're going to claim the 1.5 as an attendee PDU differently. I agree to this claim and that it is accurate. This is very important from your ethical point of your designation. If you do not provide accurate information and you are audited, you are at risk of losing your designation. So I strongly recommend that you're as truthful as possible and as accurate as possible when submitting PDUs to PMI. So this tells you that it was submitted, it hasn't been approved yet, it still needs to be reviewed, and that you submitted 2.5 hours. You could either go to report another claim if you have another volunteer claim to report, or return to your PDU activity page at this point in time to see and track the approval of these 2.5 hours. That's the end of this video. I recommend that you document the YouTube URL so you can revisit this video as you need in the future. We hope you volunteer often and you benefit from your membership at PMI Silver Spring Chapter. Thank you.